Hey guys, I'm Layla. Welcome to Raid Lore Stories. Today's lore story is going to be for Hephraak. I love how they're adding in stories for all these different champs now. Like, he's one I wouldn't have expected, but I can't wait to hear his lore story, so let's get into it. The three-eyed priest, the molten-horned master, the high deacon of Siroth, Hephraak bears many titles, most of them vainglorious, and with good reason. Among firstborn demons, few indeed are as powerful as he. During the Great Divorce, Hephraak was one of the first Lightbringers to defect from Lemea and swear allegiance to Siroth and his ideals. Such a choice raised him high in Siroth's regard, but the God of Shadow's favor was not without end. Initially given command of a number of demon-spawned legions after the Sin of Dragons, Hephraak's dedication to his new master was not matched by his skills as a general or strategist. As surely as night follows day, disgrace followed on from defeat, and after the crushing losses of the Battle of Red Run during the First Great War, Hephraak found himself out of favor with Siroth. He was cast down the ranks of adherents and suffered a period of ignominy and exile. Such a fate might have broken a less prideful demon, but Hephraak's self-determination was matched only by his devotion to Siroth. After capturing a human devotee of Lemea and binding his spirit into the unfortunate body, he re-entered Teleria in secret and began to spread the will of Siroth first among humans, and then beyond. Not as a warrior or general, but as a darkling preacher. It was in this role that Hephraak's talents were fully realized. He swiftly assembled a cult around himself, feeding off its praise. Worshippers were taught the power and glory of Siroth via his eminent servant, Hephraak, of course, and his grand intentions for Teleria. When the time was right, Hephraak led a large number through to the infernal realm of Anathrad, where they were presented as a gift to Siroth and Hephraak's fellow firstborn, to be consumed or used as hosts. While still not restoring Hephraak to his former standing, Siroth let it be known that he was pleased with his efforts. Hephraak returned to Teleria and began the long-term work of establishing not just a cult, but a true church of Siroth. The work and devotion of untold numbers of mortals, from Peltas to Anhelt to the Lost Isles, would surely be the final boon the demon spawns needed to conquer Teleria in their Dark Master's name. Needless to say, adherents of Lemea, such as the Arbiter, quickly realized the dangerous import of Hephraak's designs and gave their all to stop him. Centuries passed as clashes between Hephraak's developing cult and the followers of the Goddess of Light became embroiled. It would seem like an eternal game of cat and mouse, where neither was truly sure who was the hunter and who the hunted. To this day, battles between Hephraak's minions and Telerian League agents, such as Inquisitors, are commonplace, and the fortunes of the devotees of Siroth wax and wane as victories are won or setbacks are suffered. In many places, the cult's activities are covert, with dark rites conducted secretly in cellars and catacombs in free cities and country hamlets. Sometimes, however, where the cult is strong, it seizes control and all who find themselves next upon the sacrificial altars. Throughout it all, Hephraak himself remains one of the most foremost targets of the Sacred Order, for they know that if he is banished back to the Anathrad, the cult's devotion will suffer a crippling blow, and Siroth's wider machinations across Teleria might be at least partially stalled, if only for a time. When Hephraak joins in battle, he brings all of his dark charisma to bear. The favor of the High Deacon is ferociously sought by his allies and followers alike, while enemies cringe beneath the biting scorn of the ancient preacher. Though his talents are primarily in ornation and radicalization, he is no easy target in the midst of battle, and his demonic strength and speed is terrible to behold when his full ire is roused. Hephraak suits the role of preacher, for he adores praise and authority. He rules his adherents in a style approaching that of a demigod, and according to the claims of rival firstborn, his cultists worship him as much as they worship Siroth. If that is the case, Siroth himself does not yet seem to have taken offense. Regardless of the exact nature of the veneration, the work of Hephraak and his minions is a valuable contribution towards the subjugation of all Teleria. Whether Hephraak will overstep himself and once again experience Siroth's fury is uncertain, but it seems certain that even if he does, Hephraak will set to work tirelessly once again to rebuild his power and reputation. Wow, what a long, thorough lore story for Hephraak, guys. Definitely not what I expected. Drop us some comments down below what you think for the lore story for Hephraak, and thanks so much for watching.